focus on what is the greater good of today's class, showing you guys how to get into options trading, where to start, advanced topics. I'm even going to share my screen and break down what I do in real time. So without further ado, let me go ahead and share my screen. Let's get in motion, y'all. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Yes, sir. Here we go. Let me check the chat box. Yes, sir. We lit. What's popping, Patrick? What's happening? How y'all doing? Lit. For sure. So today, let me move my camera back over here too. All right. So for today's options trading class, I want to break down for you guys today in simple terms what is options trading, how to get started, right? And we covered a lot of topics on the last class, but in today's class, I'm going to go into more advanced details, like exactly what to do in your chart, which charts to even use, what is a chart, right? How do you draw, advanced zones? I'm going to show you in today's class. So stay tuned. Let's go right into the intro. First and foremost, who am I? My name is Ryan Azode on Instagram and medias. I go by Ryan Bands. First and foremost, I'm a man of Christ. That's first. Second, I'm an educator. I'm a community leader and a full-time day trader. I own a couple businesses right now. And I feel like every single person that's on this call, as I always say, we're all generational curse breakers. Y'all taking the time to learn skills. People right now are drinking, smoking, partying, watching NFL replays. Y'all here learning my free games. Let's go and get into everything.
What's going on, everyone? This is a test.
And first and foremost, let me go ahead and make sure we're in the right one right here, right? Make sure we're on the right presentation, all right? And here we are. Here we are on the right one right here. All right, so we just went ahead and cover that piece right there. So now I'm gonna kind of go and shed a little bit of light of not only who you learning from today, but how did that come up and where I am now? And we'll just go through this pretty quickly. All right, so first and foremost, your boy didn't always live like this, right? I used to work 9 to 5s. You see Taco Bell, Sonic, Lex Prime. Man, look at this. I was getting I got my job at Taco Bell. I said, look at me, bro. Basically, I was living 9 to 5. I had no time freedom. I hated my life. I was living check to check. I was in college. I even got an internship making like $28 an hour, but it wasn't enough. I was basically in the rat race, you know what I'm saying? And then stuff started changing. I started meeting more people. I started to travel more. I started to actually go to different conferences. I paid these people right here over $5,000 for certain information that changed my life and got me super connections. And man, I was consistent, working days. I quit my job. You know what I'm saying? Down to college, bought my sister a car. I became my own boss. I started changing my own, environment to where I'm living at and whatnot. But for the most part, what I'm trying to really show you guys is there's a really big difference, right? If you want to live a certain life that you have right now, you have to examine. And what I call it is you want to audit your friend circle. You want to audit your life. I have a lot of friends from my past life that like to this day, they're still smoking, partying, drinking the videos. I know the video is pausing. You know what I'm saying, for the most part. But I figured out that if I want to change my lifestyle, you have to separate to elevate. You know what I'm saying? People who aren't on the same path right now, they can't come with you everywhere. I started trading a long time ago. I was making 5K days. Right now I'm probably making 1K days, but for the most part, besides the money that I'm making, I'm more happy that I actually show people. Look at this. I actually show people who are in my programs personally, one-on-one, how to do the same thing. If this video can load, I don't know why this stuff moving this slow. My Wi-Fi is breaking. Show my own students how to do the same thing. And if it's to work right quick, I'm actually show you guys here in the slideshow today presentation how you can do the same thing. I don't know why it's not really working. But for the most part, I don't have to even show. I'm really big on just doing for you guys. So for the most part, let's go ahead and get everything started right quick. This thing does not want to work today. And yeah, man, for the most part today, I'm going to go ahead to the next slide to get everything pushing.
What's going on, everyone? This is a testimonial.
And a little bit about my guy right here. This is one of my mentees, one of my top students. His name is Jose. He's making over 200K a month, like 200K a year with this Amazon business, right? And then it kind of shut down. It came down a little bit, but he didn't know a thing about options trading. He came to me, said, yo, Ryan, I'm a hands-on and visual learner, bro. I want to become in your program to become a mentee to actually learn this shit. Now, fast forward, this is one of his testimonials.
Video for Ryan. I'm only one of his mentees in the 2-month summer program. I'm coming from a background where I knew about stocks, but not too much. And ever since I hopped on a call with Ryan and ended up booking the mentorship program with him, I think it's one of the best decisions I've done in the last couple months. He's very good at what he does. Not only does he help you elevate and help you learn trading, but he's there to help you elevate physically, gym, mentally, and just in life in general. He's always trying to bring everyone up. It's not just about trading. He's always there for the 1v1 cause. He's there to answer your questions. He's there to make sure you understand the information he's providing for you. And then you just have access to him. You can shoot him a text, you could book a call, which is one of the biggest things in my perspective when I'm looking for a mentor. If you have the chance, I highly recommend you invest yourself and time into Ryan. He's definitely a good leader and knows what he's doing.
And man, for the most part, man, this is one of my top students right here. And mind you, he didn't really know a thing about trading, right? The only thing he knew was, hey, I have money saved up. I'm a hustler and I want to go get this shit. These are people that I work with, right? And like the thing about him is like people love hearing the talk, but how much is he actually making month to month? How much has he done? What's his success? Tune in. Let's go ahead and see.
The last 2 weeks were fucking up. So like I went back and I set up my rules and just from top to bottom, just get straight. So like I said, this honestly this week, dude, I hit this morning, I think yesterday this morning, bro, 5K to end the week. So it's like I think I just need I don't know.
Oh my.
Oh, bro, everything like I said.
Man, the video pausing up, bro.
Hopefully, bro, I just rearranged myself and got right. So like
I don't know what's up with the video, but man, for the most part, bro, the video can pause all at once, man. For me as a mentor, this shit makes my day because like people like him, they have like everyone right now goes through life, and I understand like people don't have the best like situations all the time. Like we all run into conflicts, troubles, and shit. You know what I mean? Shit happens. Like it's just life, right? His business got shut down. Fast forward a month and a half into my program, I'm doing one-on-one mentorship. He's making over 5,000 in 1 week. So now I just want to kind of shed light on that, and then it's like kind of want to show you guys what I do as well.
Look at this right here. So I put $190 into an account.
This is like basically one of my challenge accounts,
right?
Basically, if this video can load, I basically turned about $190 into like 5,600 or some shit. But mind you, like this isn't even that impressive because it's only about $5,000 made, which is a decent amount of money. But why I find that's impressive is I did this shit on vacation. So I'm in Jamaica. I'm barely on my computer. I'm on my phone, but it's because I understand simple topics. And I'm going to be showing you guys these simple concepts as well later into the slideshow. So that's what's really, really important. But for the most part, this video isn't really even loading. I'm not really sure what's going on with that piece. But like besides the video, I'm trying to kind of see the most important piece besides even just show, oh, wow, I made this money, right? What's important is I actually pay myself. So every single week, we have something that's called Withdraw Wednesday. What that means is a lot of people are trading right now, but they're not even paying themselves. You're just looking at a game, you're looking at like just numbers on the screen. Until you actually withdraw money from your trading account into your banking account, that's actually realizing profits. So in today's class, I want to show you how to trade, how to understand the markets, how to understand how to chart, how to understand different setups, how to make money trading, how to manage your losses while you're trading, because you will have small losses in this road of trading because you have to have a bumpy road to see the upside, right? So I'm going to show you how to manage your losses. And then after you make your money and make your profit, I'm going to show you why it's so important to actually pay yourself so you can go ahead and invest into your own business. You can give your mother money. You can live a dream life, whatever that dream life is for you. I want to help you get to that level today. So for the most part, y'all grab your popcorn, grab your notes, you know what I'm saying? Lock in. Like we have about 30 minutes on this class or so. Let's lock in. I'm about to give you guys a lot of game on speed run. And if you ever have a question that you need answered, put it into the chat. I'm going to try my hardest to answer them as we go. And then at the end of the class, I'm going to be doing a Q&A and a little secret surprise as well. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so for the first part, first and foremost, we have a massive week of earnings this week. If you guys do not know what earnings is, Basically, companies have something that's called a quarterly earnings report. What that means is they're going to be showcasing to us like how much they made this quarter, and basically the stock market, and basically we're able to actually give like an expected earnings, right? So for example, we have massive companies that are being reported this week. So first and foremost, let's go into my Tuesday watch list, right? Tuesday, I will be looking at these 3 major companies, as you guys can see right here in this plate. We're gonna be looking at Alphabet, which is Google, number 1, Microsoft right here, which is number 2, and Spotify. Spotify to me, and y'all can go ahead and write this down. This is free game. I believe that Spotify will miss their earnings report, which means that they will drop in price. If you guys did not know what earnings means in the stock world is, you're going to be seeing a massive gain or a massive downfall of the stock on this quarterly earnings report. And the reason why this is so important this week is because major companies like Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Boeing, Meta, who else? UPS, but these are major companies, right? So the market right now is going to be highly influenced by these companies that are reporting today. So from Wednesday, this is who I got. Wednesday, I got Meta, IBM, and Boeing. And matter of fact, to go back on this first slide, for Google, I expect to see upside, Spotify, downside, and Microsoft, I'm not going to touch. On Wednesday, I think that Meta will continue to go to the upside. We're seeing a lot of increase in people buying their verification, their checks on Instagram for verification. We're seeing ad revenue go up. We're seeing like a lot of new businesses being created. But at the same time, the one catalyst that I have here for Meta is that's so important is TikTok has created the TikTok shop feature. What does that mean for Meta? People are making free money and free advertisements on TikTok. So because that's the nature right now, I believe that the ad spend, like the ad dollars and revenue for Instagram and Facebook might go down a little bit. So with that bias right there, I'm believing that Meta might drop our earnings today. I'm on Wednesday. I'm also gonna be watching IBM, and Boeing is an airline company. Boeing might be a little interesting because we have the little war going on right now. So I would say definitely watch that this week. All right. And then Thursday, we have but this is probably one of the biggest days of the week, like by far. This is like by far one of the biggest days of the week. I would say behind Tuesday, because Amazon, y'all know Jeff Bezos ain't playing no games. But right now, yo, let me tell you guys one thing. Look, I just might predict the future right here, man. Listen. With TikTok Shop going up, like with their whole entire campaign, right? Free advertisement. People are making a lot of money by selling their products. I believe that there's going to be a whole lot of shipping that's happening this quarter, and there's been like a lot of stuff going on right now. So I'm going with this is the stock of UPS to me might be going up. As you guys know, UPS is a shipping company, and because there's so much, there's like an increase of I believe it's like 19% of like shipping or just shit happening this since the TikTok shop is being created. So with that being said, Amazon is basically competing now with TikTok. So TikTok is massive. Like Jeff Bezos, his company has been established for a very long time. So what I will say is on Thursday, definitely watch Amazon. This is going to be a massive, massive move in the stock market, and keep a good look here on UPS. You could see a massive upside here because you're seeing like a lot of the shipping numbers going up. And with that being said, the last company to watch out on Thursday is Ford. You guys know that's a car company. They're very well known, and I'm not taking any trades here on Friday on these companies. Now that we covered earnings, I want to now go into the things that we're here for, right? Today, I'm here to show you guys how to exactly get started trading. And I'm not going to spend too much time here on the basics because we have like a lot of advanced traders here for the most part, but I will shed light to help you guys get started, right? So today, I'll be covering the platforms and apps to use, salary perspective, what is paper trading, how do you use it, risk management, and then a big piece today that I want you guys to stay tuned for is supply and demand. I'm going to actually show you guys on today's class, and don't tell nobody, right? I'm going to show you guys today how to actually figure out how to draw supply and demand zones. If you guys do not know, I am a supply and demand trader, which means that I use these zones to make my money. And I feel like most banks, they use these zones, the same strategy as well. So definitely stay tuned. And I'm going to show you how to find high probability setups, I'm gonna show you a little bit of like here at my program for mentorship. If you're interested, I'm gonna show you some of my Discord benefits and different programs. So let's get into it. All right. So for the most part, you guys know we love Webull in my chat. It's one of the most popular apps that we use to trade in my chat right now. If you want to actually see how to use Webull, how to download it, and everything of that nature, I actually created the free YouTube video. I'll probably put it there or have my assistant put it into the chat right quick so we can go ahead and get that in motion. But for the most part, that's going to be a free video for you guys to actually learn how to trade on Webull. And that's the best app I think that you can use as a beginner to start trading. Now, Thinkorswim is a very, very good app as well. And then as far as apps to use to chart, you want to definitely use this app right here called TradingView. If you don't already have it right now, I would say stay on the class, but go to your app store and literally go ahead and download TradingView. You will be using this app pretty frequently. You do not want to forget that. And so for the app, so cool. If you want to learn how to use your Webull, how to paper trade, how to set it up, everything, look in the chat box right now. My assistant just went ahead and put that link there in the chat for y'all. So watch that, subscribe to my channel, and let's go keep going. All right, now this is the most important piece, right? Salary perspective. Now, Ryan, what do you mean by salary perspective, right? Well, this is exactly how you should look at your trading. Trading is not a gambling service. Trading is not a way to get rich quick. Trading is simply a way to supplement your income. Now, what does that mean? Now, let's say that you're working a job right now. I haven't worked in a while, but let's say I believe the average wage right now is about what, $25 an hour, right? Cool. So making 25 bucks here an hour is a pretty good wage right now, right? So if you're working for about 40 hours every single week, that means like on average, you're making about 1,000 bucks every single week, right? Which breaks down to 200 bucks per day. So how I look at trading and how I want you to look at trading is like, look at it like this, right? If you're making 200 bucks every single day, if you look at trading, there's about 250 trading days in every single year. So making an extra 100 bucks a day, now you're making an extra, what, 25K a year? And on top of that, you're making 50% more of your income every single day. So how I look at trading is simply a way to supplement your income. And now what I want to help you guys do on today's class is a lot of people are like, hey, Ryan, I understand, like, trading is cool. I want to make money, but I don't have a system. I don't have a plan. Listen, y'all want to go ahead and take notes right here? I want to go ahead and drop some game real quick for you guys so you guys can know exactly how much to risk into your trades, give you a very example setup, and let's go ahead and get in motion, right? So let's go ahead and say anybody's watching this class right now, and let's say that, you know what, I want to get started trading and I want to put let's say I want to put 1,000 bucks into my portfolio, right? Well, I'll go ahead and put 1,000 right here into the service right here. And I want to go ahead and aim for, let's say I want to aim for an average percent gain. Let's say about 7% every single day, right? Or 7 right here. So if we go ahead and look at this on, let's say a 30-day scale, right? For 30 days, and we include just Monday through Friday. Boom. As you can see, yeah, it adds up. The gains add up. As you can see, over the course of 30 days, you make about 3.4K on your portfolio, only starting out here with $1,000, which is right here as the initial balance. And the reason why I love being in my position as a mentor is because I can guide you guys, right? I want to help you guys have a system. I want you to know exactly how much cash you want to aim for every single day. So when you aim just driving in Houston with no GPS. Like imagine that you want to go somewhere in downtown Houston, like the Galleria, but you have no GPS, no Waze, no nothing, right? But you're going to be in traffic and lost, right? This is the same way that some traders right now, they don't understand that to make money trading, you have to have a set system and set plan. So actually, if you're watching this call right now and you actually want to, and then you feel like having a start of about 1K is pretty realistic, I want you to actually stop for 1 second, take a screenshot of this page and do it right now. Boom. Now on the weekly side, go ahead and take a note. All right, take one right here as well for like the weekly side right here. Boom. Now you have yourself a game plan. All right, on Monday, I gotta make 70 bucks, right? Tuesday, 74. Next day, 80. And it just slowly compounds and compounds, right? But hey, Ryan, how do I even get to this number? Like, how do I even get to this profit level? How do I like rest my cash? Let me show you right quick. This is very important. If y'all taking notes, I'm being mentored by millionaire mentors. They say note takers are money makers, right? So be ready, right? The strategy that we use right now in my program, my personal program of mentorship, is called the 2020 strategy. I'm gonna say it again. It's called the 2020 strategy, which means that you want to risk about 20% of your capital, and you want to be looking for an average gain of also 20%. So what that means is if you have $1,000 in your account right here, as I see right here, so I do 1,000 times 0.2. That means that every single trade, I want to be risking about $200 per trade, right? So now with this $200 that I have right here, let's imagine that I have 5 fingers, right? It's 200, 400, 600, 800, and 1,000. So that means that I have 5 different attempts to go ahead and make my money right here, right? And a lot of traders, they blow their account because they want to go ahead and have one, right? They're putting the full 1,000 on every single trade. So why would you do that whenever you can have 5 attempts, right? So if you have $200 right here, if you do 200 times 0.2, that means that for every single trade that I take, I'm looking for an average gain of about $40 per trade. Now, why is $40 so important? If you notice right here on my game plan, if you make a $70 on your first day trading, that's your full day's worth of profit, right? So if you want to go ahead and trade and you want to make cash, make a good amount of money, but have like barely any time on the screen, so to literally make your money and go, what you can see is if you do 40 times 2, which is 40 in 2 winning trades, you make about $80 right there. So you beat your goal for the day in just 2 trades. And mind you, in my Discord server chat, we do a live trading call every single day at 8:30. My screen shared. It's a voice call. Every single trade that I take is put into the chat. So what that means is you can take 2 winning trades, and if you can just simply stay disciplined, you can just avoid having like the risk or like the fear of like, oh, I'm not making enough money. No. Just be patient. I promise you, just be patient. Because look, if we go ahead and put this same game plan right here, right? Let's say 50 days, right? With 1K. You tell me that if you stay disciplined here for 50 days and you have a 1K account, making about 7% every single day, you make about 10 bands on your account. And the funny thing about it is, my first ever program for mentorship, we started here in June 14th, which is like 4 months ago. So I have mentees now that have made upwards of 15, 20K, and they begun with like 2K, some with 1K, some with 2,500. But it just comes with discipline, right? Because I promise you guys, right? I promise you guys, like people, I promise you, people do not want to make these gains, making like $100 a day. They want to immediately just skip and be down to here, right? It's not how the game works. I'm sorry to break it to some of you guys that want to just skip the process. If you stay disciplined, have a mentor, have a group that can actually hold you accountable, you'll be able to become like what you want to become, which is successful trading. So now I'm gonna go ahead and keep this going out here to the next slide. Hopefully you guys all were able to catch that game. And I'm gonna go, matter of fact, let me go ahead and put the link to this service here in the chat. I want to help you guys get to this bag, man. I promise you guys, there is enough money for everybody to become successful, making 10K a month trading. There's enough money in the market. If you want that, this link to this one right here, look in the chat box and check it out. All right. Now on to the next slide right here. Go keep it going. So boom, that's covered. All right, now risk management. We covered this last week, so I'm gonna just literally breeze through this. Not really spend too much time here, but risk management is basically everything in trading, as I just told you guys, right? You want to always have a strategy, always have a plan. So I'm going to be showing you the plans that I've used over the course of my 3.5 years of trading. And I can show you how it can lead to maximize profits and minimize losses, right? So here we're using the same game plan, using the game plan of 2020. Perfect. All right. Now, risk management is going to show you how we could turn trading into investing and not gambling, right? This is going to be the most important thing that you will learn your whole entire career in trading. You can learn it. Like you can have a million strategies, but if you have no risk management, you will not make any money, period. So I'm going to show you how to turn from this. This is some people, right? Some people gamble in the market, and it's a sad thing, right? In today's class, in the duration of my channel of YouTube, subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be putting a lot of game for you guys, right? The link is in the description in this chat, right? So this will be the old people, right? I'm going to show you how to turn into the new you, the happy you, the rich you, the traveling you. You know what I'm saying? The manifestation you. Go to the mall, buy whatever. Go to the mall, buy your mother whatever, right? Go to the dealer, buy your little sister whatever. Buy your, you know what I'm saying? I want you to live that lifestyle because everyone deserves to be a black sheep. If you're on this card now, you're watching this video, you're probably a black sheep in your family. What does that mean? You're the one person that's going to change everything, right? And if you receive that I just told you, if you want to receive that you're the black sheep, put it in the chat right now. I want to see who receives that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's easy. You gotta want it. You know what I'm saying? So another thing, right? A lot of people right now trading, they have the wrong mindset. They have the wrong mindset. You know what I'm saying? They want to say, let me just go ahead and full port this trade, and then one loss just broke out a whole 30% of my portfolio, or maybe this loss will turn to a profit at the end of the day, or fuck, I need to flip my cash today. Who has ever said this before? I mean, we gotta be honest here, right? Because I have said it before. I've been trading for over 3.5 years now. My first year and a half, I was down a lot of cash because I had this mindset right here. I see, okay, I see my raising your hand. Yeah, we've all been there before, right? We've all been there, right? But the only thing that this mindset right here will lead you to is right here to the right side. Consistent losses, consistently blowing accounts, fear of uncertainty, being greedy in the market, giving up and quitting, having fear of missing out. And the worst thing above losing money or anything is being stuck in the same position that you're in right now. And everybody that's watching this video right now is highly successful, period, right? It doesn't matter what the fuck your account is saying or what people are telling you. If you have the right mindset and you're open to learning more about information in the right communities, you are highly successful. All you have to do is simply execute and make the shit work. So values from today's class that you'll gain more about more integrity, more profitability, your self-improvement will go up in price, and I'm going to give you that missing piece. All right, so last class, we went ahead and covered the top-down approach. I'm not going to cover it again because we did it in the last class, but I will go ahead and post a video on YouTube to cover it. But for the most part, whenever you're charting, I'll show you guys briefly. You want to go ahead and begin with the biggest time frame weekly and work down to the 15-minute time frame for the top-down approach. This is going to help you create levels and analyze critical levels of confluence and be able to backtest market sentiment. And with the levels that you create, you can actually create high probability setups off these levels. So I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a quick look into my trading view, which is the best service to go ahead and chart on, right? So let's say that I want to go ahead and open Amazon, right? If I want to do a top-down approach here on Amazon, let me go ahead and go to a fresh chart. And we'll go ahead and do this really, really quickly. I did not want to keep y'all doing the same thing every single week, right? But let's say that we want to go ahead and do a top-down approach here on Amazon, right? So for the first step that I would do is I'll go to the biggest time frame for me right now, which is the weekly. So go to the weekly chart first, right? Start weekly. Now with the weekly chart, you want to find levels of support and resistance to go ahead and mark up. So right here, I see a level right here. I'll press Option H. Right here, I see level right here. And then how exactly do I even see these levels, right? Well, if you go ahead and look closely on the same point right here, there is a big rejection point right here, right here, right here. So this right here is the average plane. Right here is the same thing. Right here is the same thing. Boom. Now I'm gonna go down to the weekly time frame, right? I'm down to the daily time frame. So you want to start from the weekly to the daily, to the 4-hour, to the hourly, and to the 15-minute. This is going to help you analyze critical spots in the market, right? And for each time frame that I change to, I want to also change the color so I can kind of know which time frame means what. So right here is a whole nother level right here. So I'll go ahead and put, you know what, for the daily, I'll put it on yellow, right? So now I'm finding levels on the weekly time frame, on the daily time frame, and let's go ahead and keep on going, right? Okay. Oh, also go ahead and this is the most important piece, right? Go to the bottom right of your trading view, right? And go ahead and click on adjusted. Okay. Where's my shit? All right. Anyways, you should be able to click on adjusted and then change it out to extended trading hours. Let me do right here. Trying to play with me this morning. Okay. We're gonna know how to do this really, really quickly for you guys. Go ahead and do this really quickly because this is actually a very important piece. I don't know why it's not on my chart right now. But anyways, it should be here in the bottom right corner where after you press adjusted here, it should say extended trading hours for you guys. All right. So I'm gonna go keep on finding some more levels here like this. This is a perfect level. This is a perfect level right there. I see supports, I see bounces, boom, mark it up. So now what you see is you have a little bit more lines. Ryan, what are these lines on my screen, bro? I don't know what they mean. You know, I understand. Look, at the beginning, y'all gonna be like, Ryan, what is this? But just trust me, lock in, listen, take notes. You'll be able to see what's up, right? Now, what you can see is here, you find some more levels of support, right? So go ahead and mark it. And then what do you see right here? Right here, I see a rejection. Right here, I see a bounce. Right here, I see another bounce, right? This is a really good level of resistance. So I go ahead and mark it up. All right. And then right here, oh, this right here is another level. Ooh. Let me tell you guys, right? Go ahead and change the color of this. Oh, yeah, go ahead and change the color of your lines every single time so you know which line means what. So now I see this point right here on the 4-hour chart. My 4-hour chart, let me go ahead and make this purple. Boom. Level right here. And let me show you guys why this is a level. Go ahead and mark it up. Level point. Level point. Level point, right? These are great levels, right? Boom. Now I have like a lot of different levels here on my screen. Now, the last 2 time frames I'll use is the hourly time frame right here. So I'll use the hourly. Now on the hourly, it gets real nice because you can actually see things a little bit more clearer, right? Yeah, now I can see even more in detail levels. Look right here. I see a clean level right here. So on Mac, press Options H. On a Windows computer, you can press Control H, I believe so, right? Right here, press Options H, boom. And for my level point, let's go ahead and change the color one more time for the very last time. Let's go ahead and make this one right here white. Because that on the hourly time frame, I want to keep it white. So I know, hey, this is the hourly time frame, right? And I want to find the same levels here, bounces, right? You want to find the same levels, boom, bounce right here, easy. And be quick. It ain't hard. Right here, bounce, easy, right? Right here, bounce, resistance, right? Easy, right? Boom. So this point right here in the market, this is a really heavy level of resistance. Now, what does resistance mean? As soon as the stock comes to this point, I'm going to be expecting that it's going to be seeing a downside move, right? So be staying close attention to that right there. Boom. Now, the very last one that I'll go ahead and use today is the 15-minute time frame. Now, for the 15-minute time frame, this is the very last thing that we'll use right here for this example. So I want to find some more levels here of resistance. Something in the chat. All right, it's right here. And also, if I'm going too fast, go ahead and let me know in the chat so I can go ahead and slow it down. But for the most part, this is this is light work. All right. All right, so right here, I found another beautiful level. This is a beautiful, let me go ahead and show you guys why this is a great level to go ahead and mark up, right? So go ahead and press Options H right here. Let me go ahead and highlight to you guys why I went ahead and mark it right there. Let me show you real quick. All right, right here. All right, check this out, check this out. Right here, H, boom. And for the 15-minute time frame, we'll go ahead and I'll use pink. Pause. Actually, no. We didn't go use pink. Let me go ahead and use orange real quick, man. Let me use orange. All right, there we go. All right, so right here, this is a great level because look at this right here. Look at this. I see a beautiful bounce right here off this point. I see a bounce right here off this point. I see a resistance off this point. I see another resistance right here. So this is an overall great level right here that I would have as my level of resistance. So now, after you go ahead and look back at your chart, go to the hourly time frame. Now what do you see? You see a bunch of different levels, a bunch of lines. Now, Ryan, how do I actually use these levels, right? Well, let's go ahead and see an example. So as you guys can go ahead and see today, this is the Amazon stock. Now I have a really critical level right here that I marked up on the 15-minute time frame as my support. As you guys seen right here, it's this big orange line right here, right? So let's go ahead and say, all right, this is October 9th. Let's go ahead and say this is October 9th, and I want to go ahead and make some money today off of Amazon. As you guys know, in the options world, you have two things. You have calls and you have puts. Whenever you're in the stock market world, a call means what? A call means that a stock is going up in price. And a put means that it's going down in price, which means you can make cash on both sides of the market, regardless of where it is. Now, in the recession, we was buying puts all day, man. It was what? Every single day I hop on 8:30 call with my team. We buying SPY puts, banking, yo. But look, it ain't that easy no more, right? There was an easy time. That shit is gone, right? Now the market is here for advanced traders. So there's gonna be calls and puts in my chat called daily. And if you want to join the chat, it'll be links in my bio, but I'll go ahead and give you guys some more game quick. So right here is my level here on Amazon. Let me go ahead and press play right quick so you go ahead and see a little example. Boom. All right, boom. So right here. So as I kind of told you guys earlier, right? If you want to make cash off a stock, you want to go ahead and buy calls at a support level or buy puts at a level of resistance. So right here is a level of support for Amazon, right? Go ahead and press play right here. Boom. Look at this. Boom. Now, Amazon is at this orange level of resistance, right? I mean, of support. And we were able to find this point of support here on my stock. If you go ahead and look back in time, we have a nice point of rejection right here, a bounce right here. So I see common areas in the market. So this is going to be a high probability level where I want to go ahead and buy my calls at. Because as an investor, you want to buy things for the cheapest price possible and go ahead and flip it over there for a profit. Let's go ahead and press play and let's go ahead and see what happens. Oh, snap. Let's see what happens. Look at that. Oh, wow. Back again. Okay. Wow. 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 So as you guys see, this same level that I went ahead and marked here as a support earlier from a long time ago. Let me go ahead and show you guys one more time because I want you to really have this go into your mind because this is the first way that you want to get into trading. You want to understand charting. Charting is everything in trading, right? So we found the same level of support right here from literally from September. So if you literally mark your zones from September, it will pay you in October. Just be patient. But here we bounce it here again. So we had two bounces and one rejection, right? The same plane actually paid us a whole month later. As you can see, this call trend actually ran up in profit. So Ryan, how would I actually go ahead and make some profit off this trade? Well, let me tell you what you would do. This right here is a long like indicator essentially. So what I want to go ahead and do is, if I want to buy calls at a support, I'll go ahead and open my position down here. I got a support. And then this red area right here, this is what I call a stop loss. A stop loss is basically a margin of error. So let's say my stop loss is 20% and I put $100 into a trade. If the trade loses a value of 20 bucks, I'm going to immediately get out the trade, like immediately, right? This keeps you in the game, right? Stop losses keep you in the game by far. This is the best tool you can have because if you can manage your risk and manage your emotions, have good setups, and be confident in your trades, you make a whole lot of cash. All right. So right there, we went ahead and opened our trade there. And now, as you can see, we want to go ahead and target this point right here. And as you can see, a target was hit and profit was cleared right there. So this is exactly how you can go ahead and manage your trades and actually understand how like money is moved in the stock market. So That right there is called the top-down approach. If you want to go ahead and rewatch that and learn it again, this video will be here on YouTube. You can watch the replay, and I can go ahead and cover it there again. But for the most part, let's keep on moving forward, and let's go ahead and keep it going, man. All right, now. The one thing y'all been waiting for, man, supply and demand zone creation. You know, I look, before I go into anything right here, if you have not been taking notes during this whole class, this whole video, this is the time, man. Go ahead and take 1 second, right? 15 seconds. Go ahead and consider. I have my notes every day. Go ahead and get you a notebook or something quick, because we about to go into some game right here that I do not want you to miss. This is the fucking money maker in trading, period. So I'm gonna give you guys like about 10, 15 seconds. Go ahead and get something to literally write on, and then I'll be right here. Like 10 seconds. I don't have too much time. I'm gonna be real with y'all. That boy said he's running to somebody said he's running right now to get his notebook. Oh, crazy. All right. Well, that is 15 seconds. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. All right. So, all right. So, supply and demand zones. This is the #1 tool that big banks use to basically take your money, right? It's sad to say, but there's two people in like while you're trading, right? You're gonna have retail traders and you're gonna have bank traders. And I said bank with 2 B's because I said bank traders. There's bank traders that you want to follow. You want to trade with the banks. You don't want to trade against the banks. The banks are going to use supply and demand zones to craft their entries and exit points every single day. And if you're not aware of this, you could be accidentally trading with all the retail traders, right? So first and foremost, let's go ahead and get into everything, right? What is a supply zone, right? A supply zone is a zone where there is a high amount of liquidity in a price area, and traders usually trade using sell orders. Ryan, what is liquidity? I know you want to ask that. Liquidity is an area in the stock market where a high volume of stock orders are being executed. So what that means is, if you want to see it, because I'm like a visual learner personally, I'm like a very big visual learner. So if you guys want to know like what liquidity would kind of look like, this is what it's gonna look like. I mean, we can go to the 5-minute chart right here so you can go ahead and see it. Liquidity is gonna be a wick. After you see a fat ass wick in the stock market, that is called liquidity. So this right here is a zone where you could say is liquidity, right? Because you see a big wick right here, right? This is an area where a lot of orders were being sold so fast that after the candle closed, it left behind a big tail right here. And as you can see, the same zone of liquidity was used in the next like 15 minutes, where we came up to the same point and we sold off. And right here, right? So that is liquidity. So a supply zone is that basically an area. So if you go ahead and take your notes, a supply zone is going to be an area. So in my own words, it's an area where traders are typically selling off their stocks. I'm going to give you guys an example here in 1 second as well. Now, what is demand? Pretty easy, right? It is the inverse. Demand is a zone where there's a high demand for a stock in a price area, and traders usually trade using buy orders. You have to go and take a picture of that before I go to the next slide. All right. Now, this right here is the Rolex example. I'm going to show you guys how to draw your zones after this example, but this is so you can actually understand what it means, right? So the Rolex company right now, they are a multi-billion-dollar company, and it's because one thing. They know a big concept, which is called supply and demand, and it happens in the stock market every single day. So the Rolex company, they're not going to go ahead and order 100 million watches, right? Because if they have 100 million watches, they can't sell it to you for 20, 30, 50K, right? So what they go ahead and do, they're going to buy a couple 100,000 watches. So there's a very, very high demand for Rolexes, which means that not everybody can get a Rolex because it's going to cost them 5, 20, 30, 50K. So because there's a very high supply, a very high demand of Rolexes, that means that there's a very low supply of them. And whenever you have an equilibrium between supply and demand, this is how profit is made in the company. So why is this example so important? In the stock world, it's the same exact thing. Whenever you're buying calls in the stock market, you want to go ahead and buy them at the demand zone. Because if you're buying them at a demand zone, let me go ahead and draw right quick, right? If you go ahead and buy your calls, let's say this right here is a demand zone, right? If you're buying them right here in the zone, which is demand zone, let me go ahead and put a D right here. This is demand zone. Buy your calls here. If you buy these calls right here, and then price goes up in price, right? And up here we have what we call a supply zone, right? This is a supply zone. As this stock right here is going up and up in price towards this supply zone, right? What happens is the demand starts getting very, very high for this stock as it goes up here. And then after you buy stocks, you want to make sure that you're buying stocks whenever that demand is very, very low. Because the retail traders, they don't know any better, right? They see a stock up here and up here, they want to go ahead and buy the stock up here. But what they don't even realize is the stock is actually approaching what? A supply zone. A supply zone is a zone in the market when big banks like Wells Fargo, JP Morgan Chase, First Community, all the banks, right? They're using it as a time to supply their call contracts back to you, which means that they're making a profit on these calls because they bought them at the demand zone, which is very, very low. So in essence, this means that right here in the stock market, this is wherever you want to go ahead and buy your calls. And I can't write right here, but right here is where you want to go ahead and buy your puts. Because simply put, as I went ahead and showed you guys, right, for the most part, I showed you some very important things that look. And let me go ahead and let me get this shit off my screen before I go ahead here, right? All right. So as I basically showed you guys, right, a supply zone in the stock market is an area where you're selling off your position, right? It's right here. Basically where you're basically selling your position. Demand is the opposite where you're buying it, right? So in the stock market, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap this class up here with this demonstration, so we won't take up too much time right here, right? But if you want to go ahead and make a supply or demand zone, let's go ahead and do this briefly, right? Let me go ahead and get Tesla, right? This is a very good stock to go ahead and try. I don't really like Tesla, but today we'll go ahead and bust it down. I'll say that, right? So creating a supply demand zone, this is the very last thing that I'll talk about today, but if you want to go ahead and create a zone, you want to go ahead and make sure that you're using the 15-minute time frame. Now, TradingView, it is right here. So go ahead and click it right like that right there. Now, to find this supply demand zone, you want to find an area in the stock market where you find a very heavily and a very massive move. Like basically find an area in the market that caused a massive move. Now, what exactly does that mean? And as you guys can see, I'm a little happy here because this is how we make our money. So y'all be ready, man. This is the fucking bread and butter, right? So this right here in the stock market, this is where we call an area of support. This point right here, this caused this massive move on Tesla. It caused this massive move that caused us to go all the way down here from 213 all the way up to what? 278, right? In like a matter of a month or so, right? So because this is a very heavy area that caused this massive move, I'm going to first do one thing. There's actually a 3-step rule right here, right? First, locate a massive area, which is a massive confluence zone. Number 2, you want to go ahead and zoom out your chart. What does zooming out your chart do? It shows you how the price action performed previously before this. So as you can see, this area right here on Tesla, we actually had a bounce right here as well, right? So I'm going to go ahead and look at it. Boom. I'm going to go ahead and press Options H to go ahead and mark this right here. And what's so funny about this area is, if you notice, we're actually here right now to this day. We're here right now in the world. This is a massive demand zone. Now, Ryan, how do I actually draw this zone on my chart? Let me go ahead and show you. There's a 3-step rule. First rule was to locate the massive confluence zone. Number 2 is to zoom out. And number 3 is to now create your supply demand zone, but make sure it's very, very precise. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that off my screen. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in. So I zoomed out. Now I'm gonna zoom back in. I'm gonna grab my tool right here. This tool of a rectangular tool. I'm gonna go ahead and capture. Let me go ahead and zoom in, because I get real nerdy with the supply and demand zone shit, but only because this is how I make a full-time income. I'm gonna be real with y'all. If I know supply and demand zone trading, I probably wouldn't even be in this high rise, bro. This shit is responsible for a lot of stuff in my life, right? So this is what you want to do. So pay attention, right? You want to find the area of liquidity in the stock market. Let me remove this shit off my screen so we can have a good look. All right. So you want to find the area of liquidity in this stock, right? Which is this wick right here, this big tail. Go ahead and start your zone here at the bottom of this tail like this. Is right here. And then you want to go ahead. Typically, a supply demand zone is typically about a $1 range, but don't always like base it like that, right? What you want to go ahead and do is calculate, right? So right here, this is at 212.42. So $1 is about 213.42, which is approximately like right here. So now I'm gonna go ahead and drag the same. What the? Hold on, bro. They're trying to play with me. All right, start right here. Boom. 212.42. Boom. Go ahead and drag it. No, matter of fact, I'm gonna go change it later. So go ahead and put this line here. Go ahead and drag it all the way across until present day, right? Keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling. I promise you, it will pay off. So just be patient. Go ahead, keep scrolling, keep scrolling. Here we go. Boom. So now 213.42 is the top of my demand zone, right? Which is approximately about right here, right? So what you can see here on Tesla is I literally grabbed this supply zone from where? Literally, look at this. Look at this. This zone was created all the way back here. This is in August. It is now October. So this zone is going to pay us tomorrow in my chat, because we live trade every single day that I said in my chat. So Tesla currently is in a demand zone currently. And how I play my zone of demand, basically, let me show you basically what I want to go ahead and see tomorrow and this week. I want to see this. I want to see Tesla open up somewhere above their zone. And let me show you how I spot high probability setups. I want to see us basically hold this zone. I want to see us open up like this, right? And I want to see us retest, right? I want to see us retest this zone. The most important word I said all day is retest this zone. The reason why it's so important is a lot of traders, they buy trades up here with no confirmation. This is a low probability setup. A high probability setup is finding a demand zone from 2-3 months ago and then allowing it to play out first. So allow the stock, let me show you with an example. So I fucking love this shit, right? So you want to allow the stock to basically start in the zone, break out. After you see a pullback or after you see a retest, boom. Then you see another upside move, right? Let me turn this shit green. Shit, it's money talk today. All right. Matter of fact, let me turn out that nasty arrow. Let me show y'all a real arrow, right? Boom. This is what I want to see on Tesla. Boom. And the reason because that is, look, a lot of traders, they don't know how to trade. You want to wait for this retest right here in the stock market world. Period. Point. Boom. This right here is where you want to buy your trades. So allow it to move first, then pull back. After it pulls back, buy this retest right here for calls. And what you want to do is you want to also make sure that you're watching the chart of SPY and QQQ. These are made, but so SPY is basically called the S&P 500, which is like a basket of the top 500 master stocks in the stock world. So essentially, if we're also having a nice green day on SPY and you see Tesla's here at this demand zone, that is 2 confluences for you to go ahead and buy calls on this trade. So I will be doing a lot of live breakdowns and live charting examples of how to draw supply and demand zones, in my chat. And like basically, I feel like this is the number one thing that you can do as a trader to boost your skills. So I did like a very light example today, but if you want to actually go ahead and see like the live classes we have, how to learn more about this, because we have a live class now this Wednesday in my VIP chat. I'm gonna be doing like a lot more free game for you guys. If you want to go ahead and join that chat, I went ahead and put it there into the chat there and also into the description. So if you want to join there, that is our Discord server. And I'll kind of show you a little bit about our Discord before we like wrap up this call. But essentially in our Discord, it's a lot of game than you would even think, right? Every single day, we have a live trading call in my Discord every single day. So it's a voice call. My screen is shared. It's a voice call. Like every single trade that's taken, I put it into this tab right here. And before I go ahead and go into my personal gains, as you can see in the gains tab, mentees are making a profit every single day, yo. Like people who are just like you, young, in their 20s, trying to make money. We're all in the community chat, helping out each other, calling our trades, posting our gains, talking about life, you know, on a call, laughing it up, chopping it up, right? This is profits right here, right? But every single trade that I personally take, I put it into my chat right here. And as you can see, on Friday, we had a massive trade on Snowflake for over 365%. Mind you, I only captured about 60%. I made about 1,000 on the trade. So I was a little pissed. I was a little pissed, right? I could have made like 5 bands, but it is what it is. I made about 2, which is not bad. But as you guys can go and see, I post news in here, right? I post the trades I take in real time, the call outs, exactly how much it costs, when to sell it, my watch list, everything like that. If you want to look into my Discord chat, it is in the description. It is in the chat. You can go ahead and tap into the monthly service. It's, you know, it's a pretty good deal for what you're getting. And as far as like where I would start, as someone who's watching this video right here, watching this call, I would definitely do this 3-step process, right? Number 1, I would join a community. It doesn't have to even be my Discord, but just make sure you join a community. Make sure they have live trading calls. So we do in our chat, and like go ahead and open up a paper trading account. What that means is you can basically paper trade, which means that you can actually use fake money to trade before putting in your real capital. So as you guys can go ahead and see right here, we have a daily live call every single day at 8:30. An interactive group chat giving you signals. And for you right now today, if you're a fresh trader, go ahead and open up an account on Webull and do it with paper trading. On my YouTube video in the description, it shows you how to actually open it up and get that done. But for the most part, you can basically get the experience without the risk. You're putting in fake money, but you're learning in real time. This is the best way to learn, period, right? And in the next slide, I'm gonna actually show you how easy it is to go ahead and do this. So go ahead and watch this. It's pretty easy.
All right, so let me show you how to start your Webull paper trading journey, right? So you want to open the app, go to reset right here. If you want to put 2K in your account, type in 2,000 right here, press confirm reset. Go.
Boom. So first, I just went ahead and customized how much cash that I want to put into my fake account. So if you want to go ahead and put in 2,000 in your account, let's say like a month from now, go ahead and put 2K into your paper trading account and go ahead and start there.
Now let's say you want to go ahead and buy a Tesla call, for example, right? Just go ahead and go to the search bar.
Boom. But to go ahead and buy a contract on your Webull account, click on options trade right here, and let's go ahead and keep going.
I click on options trade right there as you see it. Type in Tesla.
Boom. Pause. Now, Tesla at this time period was costing $244 per share, right? What that means is if I want to buy a Tesla 250 call, all the calls will be here on the left side and puts will be here on the right side. So a Tesla 250 call would simply be right here. I would click it and I'll get into the trade.
And the share price, as you see in the middle, is 244. So let's say I wanted to go up to 250, right? I'll scroll down on the price ladder until I see 250. I would go ahead and tap on this red or green number, 470, and 4.70 means $470. Right?
What that means is if you see 4.70, that's $470 for one options contract of a Tesla call.
Right. So you want to go ahead and just press paper trade like that. And as easy as that, you are now in the trade. And right now it's past market hours, so you can't really see it, but your trades would typically appear right here. And this is the best way I feel, in my own words, to get started trading on Webull.
Boom. So that's the best way for you to get started trading, in my own words. Personally, if you want to go ahead and do something else, it's on you. But I feel like if you want to actually learn the game and get into it the best way, do 3 things. Number one, open up an account on Webull, open up a paper trading account, lock in on that. It's fake money, but treat it like it's real money and you will see the rewards. Number two, join any Discord service. I'll say definitely join mine because I'm like a little biased. We really do this shit, so it's in the description and chat. But honestly, join any Discord, right? Lock in, like join live calls. Number three, if you're like a hands-on and visual learner, I would definitely want to join a part of the program of like a mentorship because you can actually learn like hands-on one-on-one. And that's kind of like a little bit more personal, a little bit more private because it's like it's me teaching you. So I'm giving you hands-on coaching, hands-on learning. So I hold people accountable is what I'll say, right? So and for our services, as you guys can go ahead and see, this is basically our services right here. Let me keep it over here for the most part. But for our services, where is that in my next slide? You kind of put it right here. Boom. So you basically get access to my daily live calls at 8:30. It's a group chat. Also, we have a sports betting chat too, which is pretty fucking fire. And you can basically network, meet other people who are doing good in your same area. So for the most part, for people that are actually serious, I would say you want to definitely invest in yourself. Because at the end of the day, if you trade by yourself and you learn by yourself and you lose capital, you lose money, what's the point? You might as well just go ahead and invest into a service, into a mentor, whatever the case is. You can actually get hands-on learning, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and drop all the information into the description and into the chat. So you want to go ahead and join. The information is there for you guys to go ahead and lock in. But for the most part, I just went ahead and dropped the link there for my program of a mentorship. This right here is where the money is being made, right? I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, right? If y'all have someone who has experience like me, almost 4 years in the game, holding you accountable, what I do is I teach my mentees how to fish. So I show you how to actually trade from A to Z. You can get a whole new like remote income stream. And most mentees right now that are in my program since June, they're making like 3 to 5K a month right now. So that shit pays off, right? I would say like the one thing that I would do if I can go back in time in my trading career is I would get a fucking mentor, like off the bat, like no bullshit. I get the mentor, I lock in, right? Because I do a 6 weeks program right now, right? So it's a full 6 weeks where I'm basically giving you 2 weekly calls with the group chat, but also 2 personal calls with yourself. So it's a one-on-one call between me and you, which is twice a week. So I'm holding you accountable. I'm seeing your progress. I'm holding you accountable for what like your actual goals are, right? And every single class is actually recorded. As you can also see into my Discord, all classes are here. They're right here recorded. Let me show you guys. This right here is the Mentee Zoom replay. So every single class that I've ever hosted is actually here into this lounge. So you can see every single class replay, like see into the mind of myself. And like I said, if you want to apply, you can apply for free. The link is there in the chat and it's in the description, so you can go tap in. And for the most part, I have a very big thing to come for you guys today. There's something that I've never even announced, and I'm gonna keep it pretty low key, but I have a giveaway coming up here pretty soon, pretty shortly for you guys. You guys can go and stay tuned, right? This right here is my YouTube channel, right? This is my channel here on YouTube, right? I have a few videos, right? Now, what I'm doing is, this is a very low-key giveaway. It is not gonna be announced yet, right? Only to you guys. It's only gonna be announced, right? If you want to win the giveaway, right, this is what we're going to do. So I'm putting out a video basically twice a week, like basically every single week now, right? So if you actually want to get into this giveaway, what I would do is this, right? I will go to my channel, I will hit subscribe, and I'll turn on my post notifications. What I'm going to do is the first 3 people to reply and to comment on my post on YouTube, you're going to be entering into a giveaway reel. And me and my guy, we actually partnered up on this giveaway because I don't want to announce what it is, but just know this is gonna be major, man. So we're gonna be picking the most active people here this week. And so if you get chosen to win that, just know, hey, it's up, man. And hold on, yeah, text my phone. Oh, I see y'all.